before we start this video, I want to give a big shout out to my KOG members of the month, Blue Cat and Run2127. You guys are awesome, just saying. If you want your name here, consider hitting that join button for exclusive channel benefits. How's it going, guys? RNG Life here, and today the new main box Sharks Fang, or Shark Fang, has been leaked. We got this early on the Duel Meta website, and it's looking pretty interesting. So obviously we got Shark as a playable character. He has a lot of skills and stuff that work with Shark, or at least Shark Drake, and he wasn't in the game. So I knew for a fact we were going to get him as the next main box thing, because that's obviously how Konami does their stuff. So yeah, first one we got Utopia. This time we're getting the shark over here, Shark Drake. I was about to call him Shark Fang, but no. But this box is looking pretty promising. It's got a lot of really interesting support. One thing I'm super hyped about is the fact that we're just randomly getting Evilswarms, which Evilswarms are a thing that I really like for the longest time, but the only thing is we're not getting Ophion, so Evilswarms aren't going to be as busted as they can be. But still, the fact that they have their boss monster Bahamut is still pretty nice, because this guy is basically a change of heart. If you guys don't know, we're starting off with a nice little breakdown of what the URs and SRs are. We're going to be doing a nice breakdown of what are the best actual URs and SRs in this box. So, like I was saying, we got Evilswarm Castor. This card is really, really good because when this card is normal summon, the player has the ability to normal summon again. So if they hit this guy, mess him up in some way, doesn't matter. You can still bring out another Evilswarm monster or Elswarm. But that's pretty nice. So basically, you have Castor. Castor is, you're basically gonna run a bunch of level 4s, and yeah, Evilswarm is meant to just spam out 4s and overlay, and it is gonna be pretty easy. So I think Evilswarm might be one of the new better decks, and we don't have to calculate the 50s, which is a thing Evilswarms are known for. Now they're gonna be making Bahamut, which says once per turn you can detach one Exceeds monster from this card, target one face-up monster your opponent controls, discard one Elswarm monster, and if you do, take control of that opponent's monster. It is kind of an insane ability. It is really strong. Doesn't matter what your opponent really has, as long as you can target that monster, you can basically take it, unless it's one of those weird monsters that can't be stolen. But I highly doubt anyone's going to be playing something like Horus or one of those weird decks. But yeah, so Bahamut is kind of insane. He's pretty cool, and they only have one other boss monster, I believe, and it would be this guy down here, but we'll talk about him later. He's a rare. Let's also talk about Evilswarm Kirkyoung while we're here. He's an SR, meaning he's a little bit more affordable. This guy's pretty cool. It basically says you can use each effect of this guy once per turn while this card is in the grave. If it was sent there this turn, you can normal summon one Elswarm monster for one less tribute. That's only if you're playing the big guys, but you don't normally use that ability. But hey, you can use it if you want. So one less tribute. Cool. You can also banish this guy from the graveyard, and then or you can banish one Elswarm monster from the graveyard, then target one Elswarm monster in your graveyard, add that target to your hand, which is pretty good because it can be adding fodder for Bahamut and stuff like that, so not bad. Then he also gets the effect that says add it to your hand. Also, this card gains the following effect. This turn, you can activate this effect that you can normal summon one Elswarm monster. So you basically get another normal summon, which is really, really good. So pretty much whatever card you add, you can basically summon. So that's the benefit of Kirkyoung. This deck is kind of insane, so I'm looking forward to actually playing some Evilswarms. Aside from that, we're also getting some nice generic cards like Tin Goldfish. When this card is normal summon, special summon a level 4. Basically like Goblinberg, but with 2000 defense. Pretty cool. It's not a bad card. The only downside is like this guy doesn't switch himself to defense, so rip. We also got stuff like Mermaid Sharks. So of course you know we got Shark as a playable character and everything, so we're gonna get all the Shark support cards. This one is a UR because of this reason though. It says when this card is normal summon, you can add one level 3, 4, or 5 fish monster from your deck to your hand. So he literally tutors. He just searches whatever one of those 3, 4, or 5 fish monsters from your hand, their deck to your hand, which is kind of insane. Meaning he has a very, very wide pool of actual searchable targets. So that's what makes this guy a UR. Just the fact that he can search basically anything in the shark archetype, because they're pretty much all fish. So yeah, that card's pretty interesting. The only thing is, what are you gonna do when it's on the field? It's a level 1 monster with 100 attack. So I don't know. But yeah, we also have Bahamut I already talked about. We got My Stroke over here, the Symphony Jin. This guy's actually pretty cool. He was one of the ones that people would actually use back in the TCG when people were playing Jins. They wouldn't really run any other Jins. They would run this guy though, and I'll tell you why. Because it says once per turn you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card, target 1 face-up attack position monster your opponent controls, change that boy to face-down defense position. It book-a-moons something, dude. So it puts it face-down, or Canadia in this case, right? Because we have Canadian dueling. So yeah, it would put them face down, so not bad. And it also says if a Jin Xyz monster you control would be destroyed, you can detach 1 Xyz material from that monster instead. So it's pretty nice because you can have it out. Its attack is not that great, but it can make itself survive by detaching a material. And it also can pretty much detach a material to completely ruin one of your opponent's monsters that is face up and attack position. So it is a pretty good card. I'm actually I'm looking forward to this. I think people are gonna be splashing this in whatever deck they can. So not bad. We also got, of course, Shark Drake is coming. You guys probably understood that from the fact that it's called Shark Fang. You get 3 level 4 monsters on the field, overlay into this guy, he attacks into something, he kills that monster, sends it to the grave. Now, it's in the grave, so he can use the effect to detach, and he revives it with 1,000 less attack, and you're able to attack it again to deal basically extra damage. So that's pretty much what he does. If you want to make this guy like a cheese deck for him, you would have something like, I don't know, Concentrating Current on him, and you would basically get free OTKs. That's the benefit of Shark Drake. Otherwise, he has no protection, and he requires a lot of material, so he's a little bit hard to summon. So, yeah. But not too hard to summon if you have a deck made for him, but he does require a lot of materials, so that is one of the downsides. Now, this next card, though, is actually a really cool card that I used to play in my Mermaid deck, and this guy is number 37, Hope Woven Dragon Spider Shark. They're just throwing creatures into this guy's name. There's like Dragon Spider Shark, and it looks like an octopus kraken kind of thing, so I don't know what's going on, but this guy is a really cool card. It is 2 level 4 water monsters, so it needs waters, so only playing this guy in a water deck, so rip. When any player's monster declares an attack, you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card. All monster your opponent controls lose 1,000 attack until the end of this turn, which is pretty nice because it's basically if your opponent's attacking you, you have this guy on the field, you're like, oh hey, I have a 2,600 monster, and I'm able to basically say, no, you've lost 1,000 attack, get debated. So yeah, they're not going to be attacking this guy. No one's going to be attacking. They're going to be afraid. And when you're attacking, you can also mess them up too. So it's pretty cool. It also continues to say when this card is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the grave, you can target 1 other monster in your graveyard and special summon it, dude. It is so good. It's literally a free monster reborn in your grave. Because it says just a monster, so that's kind of insane. So you can only use the effect of this guy once per turn, and yeah, so he's kind of insane. He's really, really good. So when he's on the field, he is a beat stick because he's 2,600, super easy to make in a water deck at least. So you can easily make him, and he's gonna stop most battles. So I'm looking at a potential like real boss monster for water decks. So now we're going to be able to play the Shark deck, but instead of really focusing on Shark Drake, people are going to be running this guy, or maybe making this guy and then making this guy, and they're going to be quite the combo. So yeah, that guy's going to be kind of insane, and probably one of my favorite cards in this whole box. So looking awesome. And then last but not least, we got Xyz Reborn for the URs. Dude, Xyz Reborn is just like, it's a free monster reborn for an Xyz monster, and then it equips itself as one of their materials, so they have 1 potential detach. So that's basically what that does. Now, over the SRs, this is basically going to show off what we have, what we're going to potentially be seeing. We got stuff like Gishki Vision. So we're getting Gishki support, meaning Gishkis they're a ritual thing. So I guess we're gonna get some ritual support. I mean, I know we have some Gishkis and whatever, but this doesn't really need Gishkis. It can, if you're ritual summoning exactly 1 water ritual monster, which is Necros. So this is some good Necros support. So that's pretty cool right there. You can basically use this guy as the whole material. So you can discard this to basically summon another one of them other monsters. So looking pretty nice. This guy can be used the entire requirement. Also, to add on top of it, you can discard this card and add 1 Gishki ritual monster from your deck to your hand. So if you're playing some Gishki rituals, it just has double up effects. It's really, really good. So Gishki Vision is looking really nice. And yeah, it's a good card. So next up, like I said, I already covered Kirkion. Now we have Xyz Sleetle Dolphin over here. Sleetle Dolphin is actually kind of interesting. It says, if an Xyz monster special summon to your field, except during the damage step, which, I mean, how does that happen? You can special summon this card from your hand. If an Xyz monster is special summoned from your to your field, well, this card is in your grave, except the turn this card was sent to the grave, obviously, and not in the damage step. You can target one of those Xyz monsters and attach this card to it as a material. You can only use this guy once per turn. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Basically, if you have this guy in the hand, you Xyz summon, then bam, you get a free extra monster in defense, 1800. Not bad. So you have this guy on the field. Cool. If he dies, if he goes to the grave, you Xyz summon again. You can literally equip this guy onto that other monster, and it's just an extra detached material, which is pretty interesting. I think that's pretty cool. So that's basically what it does. I think it's alright. Now we have this guy over here who I think is looking pretty spicy. But this guy is Golem Golden Form. What a mouthful. This guy is a rock boy, so obviously he's got the rock support. It says cannot be normal summoned or set, must be special summoned from your hand by tributing one Go monster, and cannot be special summoned by other ways. This card's attack becomes double the original attack of the tributed monster. Any battle damage this guy, your opponent takes from involving this card is half. So there you go. It doesn't matter how big he gets, he's only dealing half damage. But yeah, once per turn during either player's turn, if an effect is activated on your opponent's side of the field, this card loses exactly 1500 attack, and if it does, negate that effect. That is kind of crazy. So this is adding some actual negation to the Gagaga deck, so that's kind of insane. We finally have a pretty interesting card, but if you can play some Gogos, you might be able to do some shenanigans with this card. Summon them, kind of just try to negate your opponent's stuff, so it looks pretty cool. It only negates monster effects though, so keep in mind that if they activate Raigeki Break or whatever, you're screwed. So yeah, but I still think it's a pretty cool card. I don't know how it's going to do meta-wise, but looks alright. We also got more pretty much level 4 spam support. So Silent Angler, another monster that says if you control a water monster, special summon this card from your hand, and you cannot special summon a monster from the hand for the rest of his turn. So if it's going to be the last monster you special summon, this is pretty good, and it can be used to get your third level 4 water monster on the field or something. So you can go easily into that Shark Drake. So not bad, looking pretty interesting. We also got Gishki Abyss, which is pretty much when this guy is summoned, you can add one Gishki monster with 1000 or less defense from your deck to your hand, except Gishki Abyss. So you basically use him to pretty much search your Gishki Vision, and then that one can search a ritual monster. It kind of does a whole little little play. That's pretty cool, and that's pretty much what he does. Now we got our boy Adrius, Keeper of Armageddon, a card that is kind of paired together with Armades. A keeper of I forgot what he was a keeper of actually. Armades. You guys know him. He's your boy. He attacks and he's unstoppable. So this guy is pretty cool too. You need 2 level 5 monsters to make this guy, so it's nice that we're getting that rank 5 support. But this guy's got a pretty good effect compared to most of the actual support we already have. This one says once per turn, detach an Xyz material from this card, target one face-up monster or one face-up card your opponent controls and destroy it. Usually it's gonna be a monster or maybe a field spell or something, but yeah, you're usually gonna take out their monster because that's how I use it. So yeah, Adrius is a really cool card, and he's 2600, so he's pretty large. Who else we got? We got cards that are looking kind of like out of left field, and like I don't know, dude. We got Fissure in here, dude. This card is like what, from 2006 or something? I'm not sure, but it's a really old card. It says destroy one face-up monster your opponent controls that has the lowest attack your choice of type. That's it, and cool. I mean, cool. We're getting this in Duel Links. Fair enough. So I mean, and you never know, dude. It actually might become meta. You actually never know. But usually you're gonna want to hit the bigger monster. That's the only downside of Fissure. And last but not least, we got Surface. Target one level 3 or lower fish, sea serpent, or aqua monster in your grave and special summon it in face-up defense position. That's pretty good because it doesn't negate their effects, so you can summon it and possibly get an effect. It can be really good to pretty much bring out your Gishki Abyss. This guy can be revived, then he gets a search. You can revive your Gishki Vision, then use it as a ritual material, the whole ritual material. Aside from that, any other extra stuff we're going to be talking about, I mean, obviously we got the Shark support, which is looking pretty nice. We have some Evilswarm support, which I want to talk about. We got Evilswarm Thanatos, who is 2 level 4 dark monsters, easy to do with Evilswarms. Once returned, quick effect, by the way, you can detach 1 material from this card. This face-up card is unaffected by other monster effects this turn, which is pretty cool. I think you can use that against, I don't know, somebody. You can use it against somebody who's going to be using a monster effect, but you don't usually go Thanatos, but he's an option, I guess. So I do like that he's in the game, though. So now we have a free-to-play option and, of course, a pay-to-win option with Bahamut. So that's pretty nice. Aside from that, we're getting stuff like Gishki Merogeist. This guy, I don't think he's that great. I don't remember him being that good, but after damage calc, if this card destroys one of the monster by battle, detach 1 Xyz material from this guy, shuffle the destroy monster in the deck instead of send to the graveyard. Meh. It's meh. Yeah, basically, there's a lot of Xyz stuff in here. We also got Mermaid Abyss Trite, but she's not one of the best, but she's alright. She's pretty cool to have for Mermails. But yeah, this is looking pretty interesting. We have quite a bit of support in here. And yeah, let me know what you guys think of this new leaked main box. I want to know what you guys think about it, and if you guys have any ideas for cool plays. You guys basically have seen all the support cards here, so I don't know. Let me know if you guys think anything in here is somewhat decent and playable. I'm actually really curious to see, especially if you got some ideas for some of these rares, because you never know when some of the rares become good, but whatever. That's pretty much that. And if you guys enjoyed, go to leave a like, share, and subscribe for more Duel Link shenanigans. But anyway, thank you guys for watching today. Have a great day, and